You are listening to They Made America Great, 31 Endearing Legacies Worth Heeding Today. Researched and written by Rick Rhodes. Narrated by Dick Wilson. Published by Heron Island Guides. Copyright 2020.
Why did I research and write this book? Foremost, I am an American. I am an American long before being a registered Democrat, Republican, or Independent, and I have been all three. I have always taken a quiet pride in being an American, and that positive American sentiment was further fueled when I developed a comparative viewpoint after living and working in a third world Latin American country. In his 1961 inaugural address, President John F. Kennedy set a high tone for our country, stating, "And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." And knowing his American history served President Kennedy very well. During President Ronald Reagan's long political life, he referred to America as that shining city on a hill. In his 1989 farewell address, Reagan said it was a tall, proud city, built on rocks stronger than oceans, windswept, God-blessed, and teeming with people of all kinds, living in harmony and peace, a city with free ports that hummed with commerce and creativity. And if there had to be city walls, the walls had doors, and the doors were open to anyone with the will and the heart to get here. That's how I saw it and see it still. Today, where is that shining city on a hill? Where can we find the better angels in our nature? They are there, but we have to find them by looking back into our nation's rear-view mirror. This book is my effort to share with you some of those better angels. Within our country's relatively short span of 250-plus years, numerous personal examples of our historical richness abound. All it takes is looking back into our nation's history to find those Americans who have lifted us up. Looking into that rearview mirror, we should be able to grasp what we Americans have done well and not so well, and learn from both. Not knowing our history could be our national undoing. Apple computer co-founder Steve Jobs looked backward for his cues on how to move his company forward. Jobs said, "You can't connect the dots by looking forward. You can only connect them by looking backward. So you have to trust the dots will somehow connect in your future." Thomas Jefferson, our third president, said, "If a nation expects to be ignorant and free, it expects what never was and never will be." Studying American history, warts and all, is an important and worthwhile endeavor. Clarence Darrow stated, "One of the things wrong with history is that it repeats itself." More recently, Gettysburg College professor Allen Guelzo stated, "History, if anything, teaches us humility." As a child, I recall my very well-read father and a World War II veteran from the Pacific Theater telling me America was, and would likely be, too strong to fall to foreign powers, but our country's demise would likely come from within. Today, anybody can write a book. Researching for it well is another matter. However, when researching people and events from our nation's past, as this book does, it is more difficult to distort those facts. We Americans should know who went before us and how we arrived at this place in time. Some of the folks found in this book are politicians, but many are not. This project is my effort to unearth a few great Americans and to share a small portion of their lives with you. Having previously researched and written 9 boating guidebooks, I have developed a special kinship for regional and national history. I cannot get enough of it. I also desire to share this. This book is a result of that passion. This book will be read to you by Dick Wilson of Independence, Missouri. Dick is a past recipient of the Harry S. Truman Special Recognition Award for Outstanding Public Service. Harry Truman's many years of public service were marked by a unique mix of integrity
Sample complete. Ready to continue?